When I was very young, my whole family would go hiking every summer. This required many car rides into the country. We drove through beautiful pastures, spotted with an array of farm animals. I had always loved animals. I wanted to be an animal. Run through the forest, frolic in the sun, be free without any limitations. Thus, I was adamantly against hunting. On a trip to Emerald Lake Lodge, we visited the hotel restaurant that was adorned with what felt like to my childlike innocence hundreds of deer heads. This was horrifying to me. So after the server took my order of bacon and eggs, I announced that the deer's heads would look better on their bodies. Bambi had had a real impact on me. I never thought that the animals being served to me were living anything but happy, healthy lives. At least this is what I had been taught. When I became chronically ill, Western medicine offered no answers. A friend of mine finally introduced me to her daughter, who had studied how diet affects the body. She recommended that I stop eating meat, milk, eggs, and gluten. Really? What was I supposed to eat? I mean, people needed to eat meat to live, right? But she told me that eating conscious living beings that had been tortured in life could be causing me more harm than good. What could she mean? I loved animals. There was no way they were being harmed. I would have known. Someone would have told me. I began scouring the internet to find out where my food came from. The rabbit hole I was about to go down was a one-way path. Once you've seen something, it can never be unseen, forgotten, or erased. It was easy to find videos about the agricultural industry. Watching them, however, is appalling. What happens to terrified individual animals is inexcusable. There are many different images out there, each telling a different tale. But what was apparent in every clip was the animal's experience was the same. Confined, enslaved, persecuted. These images paralleled others I had studied, the same eyes staring, hungry for freedom. Each group's only crime was being born in the wrong place at the wrong time, as the wrong race, gender, or religion. How could I continue to commit the same offenses that might have been enacted upon me? There was no denying that I was linked to the animals I was consuming. My only escape was luck. Their only felonies were being the wrong species. But how could I change this behavior that was fundamentally a part of my existence? Food is my reward, my pleasure, my addiction. Meat, eggs, and dairy were a part of all my moments. Birthdays, Hanukkah, Passover, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Now each memory seemed tainted with blood, a foul stench that lingered in my mind, with images of the dead, bulging eyes, crying mothers for babes they would never know, endless cages and barbed wire. Each image wound around my thoughts, choking me, but there was no way to stop this cycle. The state of happiness and endorphins that I experienced as I gnawed on countless chicken bones only led to shame, guilt, and depression. As these pictures of fallen creatures crept into me, I felt like I was drowning. So I let the meat industry buy me flowers, and I pushed past the blood, tears, and cries of the ghosts haunting my mind. I was their property, their junkie, their slave. This circular state of being would continue. I had no clue how to change. I was not ready to change. I was not ready. If I was not ready to change, how would anything transform for these sentient creatures? How could I not change? Revolution happens only on the precipice of knowledge. A trip to Los Angeles would supply me with all the readiness I would need, in the form of a sweet potato dusted with tempura powder. At a cafe, I would be exposed to a dish unlike any other I had experienced. It had every taste, smell, and texture of shrimp, but was crafted out of a root vegetable. In that moment, that one bite, it was as if the darkness peeled away, giving light to new moments, new memories, and challenges. While this would not be an easy path, I had a way in which I could evolve away from the remorse. A gift from a dear friend. Her words echoing in my mind like a lighthouse in the clouds. If you could live a happy, healthy life without harming any sentient beings, why wouldn't you?